important because there's a little more speed control here. You can stop spinning and the twist will continue. And I am going to spin off the tip of the spindle. Let me see if I've got any more red wool. Oh gosh, good of me. This was...
I've never seen this done, so this is cool.
No?
No.
I knew you would like this.
Yeah. This is, I don't know whose wool this was, which animal it came off of, but this was dyed with some pokeweed. And a lot of people ask me about using berries and dyeing with pokeweed, and I have always told them, well, it's a fugitive color. It doesn't take that vibrant berry color, and boy was I surprised though when I got this result. Yeah, I used a lot of citric acid though, so that might be why. And it's also a color that's going to fade over time. Let me see if I'm lined up. Sometimes it just sits here and it has a mind of its own, and it loosens up and tightens up. And the
humidity, I'm sure,
really affects these wheels. So this is the wheel that Sleeping Beauty actually pricked her finger on.
This is what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So you just hold it and it
I just
attaches
hold
to
it.
itself?
It does.
And
yeah.
then it just,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
just spins and
Yeah.
makes it...
Any animal's hair, even our own human hair,
Right.
has what look like scales. And I used to describe it as like Velcro, but not quite as much of a hook, more of a scale. And those scales reach out and they grab each other, and that's what makes the yarn or the thread nice and strong. Yeah, oh, feel this. This really washed up nice. Nice feel to it.
And you just gently hold it and
Gently
turn the wheel?
hold it, and you can see it's still twisting. It's getting a little thin on me, but yeah.
What if you think you get a thin spot? Can you go back or no?
Excuse me. It's a tick. Excuse me. I have a lady that works here.
Drink.
What was your question?
What if you pull it and it gets too thin? I guess you just start over.
It
and
will
just-
break. Sometimes you put too much twist on it, it'll break too. Sometimes when you get these little lumpy
Slubs,
places and
okay.
schlubs, I pull them off or I pinch it. If I pinch it, it'll get a little thinner.
And it just pulls up. It just...
So when I want to wind it on, just go backwards a little and wind it on. Continue to twist.
Making clothes is a long process.
Yeah, and I tell kids, I tell kids, this is something that every household depended on the women to spend several hours a day, everyone. So little girls, by the time they were about
Little
6 or
tiny
7, they were spinning at their own spinning wheel. It was all about production.
Well, I imagine.
Yeah, and if the household did not have enough hands to spin, they might hire a neighbor girl, teenager, to come over and she'd make some small money for herself or her family. Or they might hire an adult woman that made her living as a spinner. And that's where the term spinster comes from.
Really?
It's a trade term. Yeah, not the derogatory term that we think of as nowadays as an unmarried woman. It's a
So
trade
you'd
term.
have to be inside all the time doing this?
No, this comes out. These are very portable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
yikes.
No. So, spinning was one of the few trades that women were allowed to work at to make money. And it usually was women that were unmarried,
So
widowed or younger women that
Okay,
were
so
spinning.
that's why they kind of, all right,
Yeah.
so that I can see how we get synonymous. with that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty nifty.
And I like telling my school kids too that when the little girls were learning to spin or had their own spinning wheel, because they probably, by the time they were old enough to spin, they'd been sitting on Mama's lap as a toddler. And one day Mama's hands dropped away and that little person was spinning by herself.
I bet.
So little boys, instead of learning to spin, they were taught how to knit. And everyone needed socks and stockings, so everyone knitted. And weaving, because weaving was a man's trade. Boys would go into apprenticeships by the time they were about 14 or 15.
Oh,
Yeah. Nowadays, boys don't want to hear this. If you tell them that they were knitters or weavers, they absolutely are taken aback by that. So, yeah. I can,
Cool.
yeah, it is. I
It's
can,
really neat.
yeah. I haven't taught myself to use the dowel or a stick. Some people will use a stick so they can stand out further.
oh, and get it longer.
Yeah, to get it longer, draft it out. But this is, I find this wheel a lot more relaxing than the treadle wheel because it's slower, I can stop. And, you know, the treadle wheel, you're doing too many things at once, especially if you're talking.
Thank you.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
thanks, this is really,
great.
yeah,
You're welcome. Sorry about that.